We're going to examine what we saw when we looked at cryptocurrency last night. The act of capitulation was but one of many catalysts that brought these markets to a point where on social media, the story is really offensive. Because of how quickly these markets may turn, a lot of people have lost a lot of money and faith in cryptocurrencies. It can only be altered in one way. It's as if this thing never happened. A green candle, one mean, a lean gigantic candle from Bitcoin to upward, pushing us back above 60,000. When is the bottom? Can we call this the bottom? Will Bitcoin continue to fall, or will it rise? $50,000, I'll take care of that for you. Everyone, let's take a look. We're going to examine everything we plan to accomplish. Let's just get right into it and go over everything that needs to be known. Bitcoin 55551, it's almost 55555 after all. Ethereum has now dropped to 3,000, down 2.92% and nearly 20% over the last 90 days. In the last 24 hours, it has dropped 5% to $2,948, returning to its dollar peg. Both USD and USD were seen as low as $9.89 yesterday, which is a noteworthy occurrence, as a result of which there is a large amount of money left. This cryptocurrency, and they, entered these stables, or rather, a significant amount of money left the market, and they departed. Consistencies, we can now see the stables return to their dollar pegs, indicating a generally positive outlook for the market. Yes, listen, there is a lot of trouble. We might be able to return to that 33-cent range, but 41 cents is not a favorable look. Of course, do we want to see it? As I mentioned earlier, we wanted XRP dead at 100%. No, there is still plenty of time this year, and nothing has changed with regard to our XRP. You already know where we need to be by year's end in order to be in line for 2025, as we have been saying. We're still looking at 75 cents from target. People began to think I was crazy by the end of the year. Some even stopped watching my YouTube video, telling me that I was the weirdest person ever for ripping 75 cents. Call we've ever seen on XRP, and we're about to record high. We're going to reach 1,010, and by year's end, they hadn't. Similar to how my story is unfolding, we anticipated that it would be worth 75 cents by year's end. Then an all-time high can be discussed, and advancing if we fail to observe 75 cents. By 2025, we will be deeply in danger. Won't be as environmentally friendly as most of it should be. A fully functional cryptocurrency. $2 trillion in market capitalization, 51 billion. We did decline as low as we did, reaching the all-time high, I think, of roughly 1.8 trillion. If you are not buying correctly, note the last bull run. Since selling is unjustified, you should sit out. You should not be attempting to time these markets, and since you believe that we may reach 50,000, you should go sit in the stable. If you were expecting the markets to drop when Bitcoin was just sitting there, then that time is over. Should have waited until 62 to 64 for a chance like this. Reason, Solana was down 25% during the previous 90 days, and XRP was down 29%. Cardano is down 40%, and Sal is down 24%. ABAC 47 Chainlink Polka 3330 people, now is the perfect time to start saving up some altcoins. Why don't you grab one of my NFTs for yourself? It's that easy to hold an NFT and earn XRP every month while all of this is going on. You can even stake them. So what exactly is crypto capitulation? And so they do. I looked up the AI synopsis online. In the cryptocurrency market, this is a time of panic selling and a drop in values brought on by many investors selling their holdings rapidly, fearing further losses, which causes prices to plummet. Technical issues like network outages, which we didn't experience, and security breaches could be the reason for this. We were lacking that. In addition to psychological elements like greed, anxiety, and herd mentality. Behavior exactly like what we had, and then you add in the nonsense that Germany is selling off all these bitcoins and that they will dump all of their own Bitcoin as well. And people who don't know any better or don't follow the cryptocurrency scene or look at past cycles where we've had the same nonsense about Mt. Gox and the sell-off and how it will impact the markets over and over again. When they notice a little red, they go completely insane. They get extremely afraid, which causes prices to drop. From there, it's a downward spiral. When the market begins to decline, others begin to market the same product that we did. 2017 saw a return to XRP with the appropriate pricing feed. Disappeared from the South Korean API data, giving the impression that the price of XRP fell by 50 cents in a single click. Everyone began selling the next thing they knew, believing that was it. The bull run was that, it was more than 17. That's precisely what happened a few weeks later. You blended in the news from CoinDesk that Bitcoin drops below 54,000 as Mt. Gox flags repayments, and they published the same post with a different headline that says Mt. Gox starts making repayments in Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. You take these two stories and claim that they're covered, and these news sources are contributing to the issue by publishing numerous pieces on the same subject to spread anxiety among those who lack knowledge of alternative options. Everyone believes his crash was caused by Mt. Gox. It's not. We might potentially descend to this location, according to the chart. Based on my analysis of the charts, I warned you, my analyst, that 57 to 60 would be difficult to break. Crypto was defeated, and Bitcoin dropped to only 55. I came very, very near, but the real question today is where Bitcoin's bottom 50,000 is 100% active. Nobody knows for sure if this is finished right now, or else I would be sitting here lying to it's a 50-50th situation, so if I said this was over, I could play like the most intelligent person in the room and tell you that this is the end. We got a little bit below, but even with that, we can't be perfect and still obtained the 50,000 XRP. You know, we had it at 57 to 6. Indeed, we're seeing some green, some respite if it's up 66%, but not much. All it will take is one large sale, and this thing will immediately return to the downside. Folks, it's not only XRP that took a battering, so don't look it in. You will encounter the nonsense and stories that claim XRP was the only cryptocurrency to crash, while the rest of the altcoin market was destroyed last night. If you don't think so, you should go. It goes over the costs. Solana is not working. About 25% of XRP is down 28%. Solana is healing, all right? A huge amount of Cardano was destroyed. Even though it has dropped 40% in the past 30 days, these are buying chances. For an asset like Solana to move $10 in a matter of seconds, I believe I'm getting $10 off. It differs from an XRP. It will occur in a short while in a second chain link, even though it takes months to go where we need to relocate. There I am. However, I intend to focus on taking advantage of my large assets. I'll give it to you right now, AR, and I don't hesitate to say so. I'm down 50% on this and am at $20. 50% of the investment in the ARB, I have roughly 5 figures. What then shall I do? It is 50 cents away from my dollar course average, so I'm going to strive to get in the middle of that range, so I'm going to invest even more money in it. It will cost a lot of money if I can get this down to the 80-cent range. It is possibly not possible to, but perhaps 85 cents. That's a win, close to it. ARB will have an incredible run. Additionally, I can sit on it at this time without having to do anything. Even though you are aware that it will be worth more than A120, you ought to consider DCA. Wherever possible, take advantage of the opportunity, as I began to profit from these things when they began to increase and reached 80 cents, rather than waiting for them to return to A120. This is how this works. This is the cryptocurrency game. If we go, I'm not saying you listen. Go back, you are aware of Bitcoin 50. If the 50/50th mark is reached, a further 10% decline in the value of Bitcoin XRP could occur. I purchased extra XRPs, they have 44. Will I purchase a 41 now that I have a 44? If not, what will I purchase? 41, 42, are I correct? Come on, everybody, let's get as close to the bottom as we can. I'll be back. I would like to show you a couple of my videos. When it comes to Bitcoin, compare this to previous movements and the previous bull run to see where we are and where we might go. We're trying to find it. We have not finished.